I'm Amy.
I'm Delia.
And I'm Wendell. And welcome to
Yes, But
Why
Podcast. Yeah.
Hit you with their charcuterie.
Oh yeah. No, I love that. If every day felt like I was having a party with crudité, that's how sometimes when I don't eat a lot of vegetables, I get myself to eat vegetables by buying a crudité plate, because it's like somehow if there's ranch dressing, not that I couldn't just purchase ranch dressing, but if I get the little tray, I'm like, yeah, I'll eat this. And then it's like, you're just eating vegetables. You've tricked yourself into, you're an adult. But
I used to be really hooked on baby carrots. I don't know. I used to eat.
I want to be, but I don't.
Of baby carrots.
I remember my 5th grade teacher. She had just had a child, maybe a year prior. No, I think.
I don't know why I was thinking that the child was baby carrot. Go ahead.
Oh, well, basically, she fed the child a lot of carrots, like the baby food, and her child turned orange, because it happens when you eat carrots, you start to turn a little bit, if you eat a lot, then you start to turn orange. I was listening to, I think it was probably some podcast, I can't remember which one, where they had done studies on people who had just eaten carrots, and if people thought that they were beautiful, and they had found that they had just were on a carrot heavy diet or something, and adds some nice glow to your skin or some bullshit.
No, yeah,
yeah.
Because
I didn't look into
carotene.
it. I just
That's weird.
Heard it. I don't know how factual any of that is, but it was. I mean,
I ate a lot of carrots because I was always told that it was good for your eyes, and then I remember reading how
I heard that.
That's a falsehood that the British the British military made up during World War II, because they had developed radar, and they didn't want the Axis to know about it. So they made up this lie that the pilots ate a bunch of carrots, and that's how and it gave them really good eyesight, and that's why they were so good. At hitting these things, yeah. It was this bullshit propaganda to mislead the Axis that we all just held on to for a really long time.
I didn't know that.
Very much
Weird.
Very much like how everybody thinks that spinach, like Popeye and everything, is full of iron. It's chock full of iron. That all comes from a typo on a spinach can a really long time ago, where it said it would give you 900 grams of iron per can or whatever.
It was just a can that had 900 grams of iron composing that can.
Exactly, pretty much. Yeah, no, it was just somebody had a really hard to eat salad at one point. But yeah, no, and then the second I read that, I was over carrots. I remember eating carrots all the time because I'm super blind, and yeah, no, and then I was like, oh, okay, well, this has all been for naught. And,
right? I literally just learned that from you right now.
Thanks. Yeah, we should definitely do daily tidbits of trivia so people stop eating so many fucking carrots.
God.
Wasting their goddamn time.
Or at least not obsessed to the idea that I'm hurting myself by not doing it, right? Because
right.
I get so annoyed because the baby carrot thing, they're gross. I don't want to eat them.
Really?
Yeah, just not into it. And I always feel bad. I feel like I'm hurting myself, but now I'm fuck.
Because you don't eat baby carrots?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, I hate...
Because they told me it was good for my eyesight, and then it turns out now that it's not, and that's really sad.
It has nothing to do with eyesight. It can actually turn you orange if you eat enough of them.
Mm-hmm. From the looks of the peeps hanging out here, I'm going to say the band's going to play. Okay. We have a band next door. There's also a shower, so there's that. There's fun noises. This is not a soundproof space, so you're going to hear bands, and you're going to hear potentially showers. Who knows? Well, I don't know. The Winnebago's gone, so I assume that guy might be gone.
Eric Tessmer, yeah. Wait, that was the guy using the showers?
I think that was the guy who was doing the showers. I mean, I know that Moonshine Jeff downstairs uses it too.
See, I was going to say, because that thing looked big enough to have its own, shower system.
Yeah, I probably could have, honestly.
Amy, I have so many questions for you. One, is it just baby carrots or regular carrots that you don't like?
Okay, yeah, we're going
okay, well, to be honest with you, I've recently juiced carrots, and if I juice carrots,
That's good juice.
it's delicious. It's quite good. It's got all the healthy stuff in it, and I learned how to make a bunch of stuff out of the carrot pulp, like breads and cakes, and like I made carrot cake with it one time. And I've made all sorts of stuff, and it's delicious and great, and it maintains the fiber in it. So then you get all the benefits of both sides, but you get to have it. So it's not carrots in general. I like carrots, or I guess I like this version of it, but baby carrots were just pushed on you, like especially
Specifically the
especially
carrots
by
that are
ladies.
shaved down by a machine to look like itty bitty carrots.
See,
Well,
that's,
the other thing is like baby
It's just, I
carrots
think it's just the
fake.
there is no such thing as a baby carrot,
They're the
right?
parts-
No, I get that they're the
whittled
exact
down.
same thing.
Okay.
But there's a part of it that, like, when you open up the bag and it's kind of wet inside?
Yeah,
like,
it's always wet.
Yeah.
I can't get around that. I have a hard time with that. I'm just like, what's in that bag? Why is it wet? Like, I get they probably just washed it and then put it in
rotting
a plastic
vegetable matter.
bag. Exactly.
It's sealed in plastic.
Yeah.
But like regular
Exactly.
carrots don't get like that, and they're cheaper. So I just buy regular
Well,
carrots
they're
and cut them.
they're dry
Yeah.
on the outside like a potato is, kind of. You know, like a potato is still a potato on the outside. It's just the skin is what touches the dirt around it or whatever, you know? So, like, that's why it's, like, dry.
Plus, a lot of bougie fucking chicks will only eat that kind of shit and have it around and, like, push it on you, especially if your waistline is not a size 6. So there's always a lot of, like, maybe you'd like some baby carrots. And I'm always like, leave what I fucking want.
My second question was, who's Moonshine Jeff?
Moonshine
Oh,
Jeff.
yeah, I wanted to ask about that also.
Moonshine Jeff is a guy, you know how there's that one
Yes,
guy,
yes.
what's his name? Rusty, who's the, like, manager of the Austin Music Rooms. He lives down the hallway. One of the rooms is his apartment. And then there's another guy.
How Austin.
Indeed. But it's also like, I mean, if you think about it, like, this place is just open 24 hours a day, so it's always good to kind of have somebody here if shit goes down.
Sure.
I remember one day we got out and the cops came and were, like, yelling because apparently some band had really intense bass and it was affecting the neighborhood. And we were
Cool.
like, not us.
Sweet.
Oh, that's cool as hell.
He's like Marty McFly in the beginning of Back to
That was just one time.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm sure the
Like, those
entire neighborhood
people-
was unsettled.
Yeah, you're right. They were probably mad about
Like,
it.
it threw him across a room. So it
The
obviously...
single most unreasonable speaker in cinematic history.
Yeah,
Yep.
what was Doc Brown doing, like, with this speaker?
He's just there.
He's busy with time travel, but he's also trying to just be radical as fuck.
He's
in
got
his
this
garage.
one massive amp that he just uses to attract local teens.
Yes.
Fucking precisely
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Hey,
Come on
what's
in,
up,
Marty.
Doc? Can I shred on your amp?
Look, here's
Oh,
a key.
sure, Marty. Ugh.
It just makes me wonder what other really large things he's made. Like a giant fridge?
Oh,
does he
yeah.
have, like, a
He said he
giant
wants to come
dildo?
over and snack.
Who knows?
Here you go. It's full of giant yoo-hoos and Capri Suns, Marty.
Yes, enjoy
Bring
them.
your friends.
Yeah. I love being the host.
Take your shirt off for a while. I don't know.
I was actually thinking about that. I was like, am I am I of a different generation? Like in the 80s, was that like okay? Like was that a thing?
I feel like it was slightly more okay because there was a series of movies in like the 70s and early 80s where there was like definitely like mentor relationships.
Yeah.
Sure,
And that
okay.
like there's like an established movie trope of that they're kind of tweaking.
Yeah.
And that's sort of the origin of it, I think.
When
but
did
it
Stranger
feels
Danger
wrong.
come up? When was Stranger Danger a thing? Is that like the
Not till
early
the
90s?
90s.
Yeah, it's like early to mid 90s, where it's just like like all of a sudden every
I feel like it came
unknown
from
adult
those-
was this in a trench coat.
You remember those Latter-day Saints commercials where they like maybe there was a lot of them in Boston, but they were always like moral stories. Like they would be about somebody'd lie. And then, here's one. Yeah, this one haunted me for years. Still does, sort of. There's one where there's a kid and he's put in the position of choosing to lie or not lie to like a teacher or something like that.
Hard position.
Oh man!
And then all of a
what are you
sudden,
gonna do, man?
oh, been there.
and then all of a sudden, we go inside his brain, and there's a parody of one singular sensation, except for it's like one leads to another, and it's like there's dancers, and they're like they start out as a single line of a person, and then all of a sudden they spread out, and there's a ton of them, and then like there's aerial views of like a dance number where all of a sudden there's a web of lies, right? And it's like this idea that like you really should do it, and then you go back to the kid, and the kid's like tells the truth, and and she's like, you're a good kid.
Thank God my schizophrenia came to the rescue. I'm 40 million people on
I mean,
the
there were
inside.
a lot of commercials, and at the end, it'd be the Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints. It'd be sponsored by the church.
Wait, so
they would
never
make
heard of these
commercials.
Was Jesus one of the voices in his head?
No. I mean, it has nothing to do. Like Jesus doesn't say anything. It's not about that.
About being
It's
what?
like they just tell these little moral stories, and some kid gets put in a position where he has to make a choice, and then they like deal with whatever that might be, and then whatever. It's almost like those drug commercials where I learned it from watching you.
But that seems like it's like the kid's the one that did the good thing. Like it didn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like Jesus had anything to do with it.
No. They're not saying like "Yay Jesus." The name of the church who purchased the commercial and made it
Got you.
and put it out so the
Okay.
kids would learn how to not lie was the Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints. Latter-day Saints
That's
is
Mormons.
yeah.
That's
So it's
Mormons.
Mormons,
Mormon
yeah,
church,
LDS,
yeah.
So it
yeah.
just-
I
When
only
you
found
say
that
the
really.
full title, Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints, it sounds like
That's
a
what
really
they say.
great 70s like cartoon.
But I think that's
Yeah.
what they were called in the 70s. Like because that's in the 70s. Yeah, that sounds like a cool name.
Vietnam.
It does
Black
sound
Ops.
cool. I would like to see Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints.
It sounds like an awesome rock band.
I saw them in Detroit one time. It was totally
Yeah.
gnarly.
They'd probably
I
drive
mean-
around gnarly Detroit in a tank. Just baptizing and
You'd have
fighting
to.
thugs.
There was no water. Zero water in the whole place. Everything was wine.
Everything was wine. Speaking of which, to bring it around, Moonshine Jeff is a guy that lives downstairs
Does he
in
make
a
wine?
room, and he makes moonshine.
Why,
That was
why have
exactly
you
what
not
I thought it
introduced-
was.
Okay.
There was
Very
no
appropriate
subtext
name.
there.
One of our guests, I can't remember which one, I think walked into his, I think maybe it was Katie, walked into his lair thinking that was the entrance. Kyle walked up to the music school over here, so you're lucky you made it to the right place.
That's
a lot
I've
of
been here before.
entrances.
that's
helpful, yeah.
That's pretty ballsy, like just having your felony in your nickname. You know, like Meth Lab Terry.
Oh,
And
I met a
I
guy
don't
once
know.
named Toby the Rapist.
Oh,
What?
God.
Yeah, he was a horrifying person.
That's
Okay.
Wow.
So
Wow.
wait, did he introduce himself as such?
Yes, he did.
Wow.
He said, "Hi, I'm Toby."
He gave me a giant meat paw of a hand and he said, "Hey, I'm Toby the Rapist."
How old was this
And then I
man and
didn't
what
know
year
what to
was it?
say. What?
How old was he and what year was it?
Oh, he was much older than me.
Uh-huh.
And this was in the last 5 years. This was like 2011, 2012, I think.
Okay. I was thinking maybe it was like it's 1985, you know.
Yeah, I was
whatever
1
it is.
year old. I was 1 and I met this guy.
Well, because like I remember
I'm gonna be your new
every
grandpa.
summer we would go to Maine. I'm from Massachusetts, and every summer we would go to Maine for a week in summer and hang out in this like small hick town. Well, it wasn't a hick town. It was like a they had their own little version of Six Flags, except for it had like 6 rides and like a fake zoo.
Oh, 6 rides over Maine.
Fake zoo.
Yeah,
Stuffed animals in cages.
deer.
Deer. Oh,
yep.
yeah, that's just everywhere.
Deer
That
and
counts. That
turkeys.
counts.
But
That's like
did
not a
count.
petting. It's like less than a petting zoo. You can't even like,
But
touch those animals.
captured deer and shoved
Yeah.
them in this zoo.
Like literally just 3 things that are just in the woods beside their
But no,
house.
there were
You ever
always
tried to keep a
weird-
deer in your yard? You ever tried? They're hard to keep.
Yeah.
You
they
can
don't
keep
like
a park full of deer, you got a zoo, man.
Very fickle animals. Do not give them baby
The deer
carrots.
run
They
the
will not
park.
eat baby carrots.
Oh, wait, maybe we...
They will
might
set your
have
bushes
some,
on fire.
Let me see.
They just
I was-
complain about the kind of bushes you have and your decor. It's kind of like a HOA.
We used
With
to
antlers.
have some moonshine. I was going to offer it to
Oh,
you.
my.
But no, it's not here.
Oh, that's
Clearly,
fine.
they drank it.
Why haven't
No
you
worries.
introduced me to Moonshine Jeff?
I
by
don't
the
know
way?
Moonshine Jeff. My husband knows Moonshine Jeff.
No one's ever seen the man. We just
I mean-
we tell legends of him.
No, I mean, you know.
You just hear them down below.
Just rustling around. That's a dangerous thing to walk in on. A moonshine still? Those are like, that is like ready to blow up at any time.
It's below us right at this very moment.
We could just
Really?
shoot off into the sky.
Yeah.
Like directly below us.
Wait,
Yeah.
he makes it here?
Yeah. Have you not been listening?
Yeah, she did say that Moonshine Jeff made moonshine here.
Okay.
I just didn't know it was directly below us until this moment.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
not startled about the moonshine. I'm startled about the location, which